Hello, my name's Ashton, and today I want to make a couple adjustments to a tool belt that I got for work recently. It's this thing. My friend gave it to me, and I really like the colors, but there are some features on it that I don't like, and so I kind of just want to see what I can do to make it better and like customize it how I want to. So the first thing that I want to customize is the belt itself. Oh, this is gonna be hard to do with one hand. But, so it's not like attached to this thing, and the belt itself is kind of flimsy. And so the bag, when it's on me, it kind of just like bunches up. And I hate the fact that it bunches up because it just like pulls down on my waist, and that's not fun. So I want to make the belt sturdier. So I actually retired my climbing harness within the past like month or two. So I want to actually take out the core of the belt part of it and see if I can create a new belt for my tool bag. And this one, my harness has like a really nice solid like firm plastic interior, and then there's also a little bit of padding that I feel. I don't know what it's gonna be. Might be foam, might be, I don't know what else there is other than foam, but yeah, I'm gonna get my trusty old seam ripper out and I'm gonna disassemble my harness, and then I'll go from there. But I also had a feeling that I would need like a sturdy top and bottom for the belt. You know, like you see how my harness has like this lining around the edges? Gosh, that's so dirty. So I actually got this canvas, I guess it's not canvas, just like woven ribbon, and I kind of like want to fold that over the top and the bottom because like I'm gonna need to, you know, insulate the belt. And so I got this for it because I love purple, and I also got some upholstery thread because I wanted something really strong and durable since my work belt kind of needs to be. What else was there? There was something else. I'll remember it later. Later was 10 seconds. So another thing that I don't like about my work belt is that it doesn't have a place where I can hang my drill. And it kind of sucks because I usually hang it on like the very back of this orange pouch. And so at work that just hangs, you know, like so low, and I have to like lean over to get my drill that's like hanging off of my bag that's on my waist, and it just doesn't feel comfortable or ergonomic. And so when I am redoing my waistband, I want to add some little attachment, whether it's a piece of fabric or I like cut one of the leg loops on this and get the plastic out and make a band out of that, or honestly take one of my gear loops out. I think that would be kind of funny. Just something that'll hold my drill. So that is what I'm gonna get started on. I'm gonna get started with ripping the seams out of my harness. Rest her soul. Seam ripping to me is such a labor of love because, I don't know, to me it's like my harness was only retired because of the bottom hard point. It was like getting worn through, and that can be a bit dangerous. So like really that was the only part of the harness that was like going bad in a way, and I don't want to put more waste into the world, you know, like I want to use the parts of this harness that I can. And so like Obviously I didn't realize until now that I would have to be seam ripping this gear loop. So that's kind of crazy. And I mean, it was really well made. It is on there. But you know, I loved this harness. I hated having to get a new one because they discontinued this one. But I think it would be cool to repurpose at least part of it and give it new life, even if it is only the core, the inside, making it support. But I think it's cute. You can't see it when the border's on, but it has green thread. That's cute. Like, even on the inside, it matches the outside. Okay, harness deconstruction update. I took the back side off and like the edges. I didn't realize, obviously, I've never taken a harness apart before. I didn't realize that this side would also be sewn in to the foam, but I honestly think the foam core is so sturdy and is what I need. So I'm gonna keep chugging away at it, and yeah, then I'll find some fabric of my own to cover it, and then I'll use this to go around the edges like this. Hopefully it'll be super cute, and hopefully I have enough. But yeah, just a little update. All right, so this is the inside of my harness. It took so much work. This is like 3 days of work. Not 3 days have elapsed since I started this, but I don't know, it's probably like 2-3 hours of work. I just had to stop because my fingers were hurting, and I definitely poked myself a little bit too hard with the seam ripper a couple times, but I didn't want to cut off the hard point. Well, I didn't want to like rip it off with the seam, so I just cut it off. Yeah, that's the right side. And so it is symmetrical. So now I'm going to look for a fabric that I want to cover it in, and that's the next step. Okay, so I found this nice camel colored, I don't know, it's the light from my window is making this look a lot cooler than it is, but it's a very khaki looking fabric, and it's like this really thick canvas. Hello, please focus. Okay, it's like a very thick canvas, and that's what I need. I need something very durable. So I think that I'm going to use this on both the outside and the inside. All right, so it's not the best sewing job in the world, but it's done. Well, at least this part. I got the edges like pretty clean, I think. The sewing is a bit uneven, but ideally this is going to be hidden by the border that I'm gonna add, so I don't really care that much. I finished it. This took so much longer than I thought it would, but it looks so good. Like, it's so crispy, and I even got the edges to, you know, do something so they wouldn't like bunch up, because that was like my biggest worry, was these turns. I was like, how am I gonna make this look not terrible? And I think I did a pretty good job. It took forever. Like, I listened to an entire audiobook making this, so like 12 hours. But I did it by hand because I don't think my sewing machine would like me going through this lining and the canvas and the foam. And also just wanted to make sure that my stitching was really straight, and that it was going to be like really close together and durable, because this thing's going to go through a lot. All right, so I actually took the, I guess it's called a gear loop, but it's really just like the loop for like your chalk bag. I took that off of my harness and I added it where all of the purple just like ended and met, just so it wouldn't get caught on anything and start unraveling. So I just put it there to protect it, and it's not gonna really be like seen because it's gonna be behind my gear bag, but I think it's a nice cute little touch and also a further reminder of my harness. It's done. I didn't film the last bit of any of it because I just had pins everywhere and they couldn't go in like normal pins because of this padding, and so they were just like sticking through, and I just wanted to get it over with. But I sewed all of this and then in here, and then just because this bag is going to be so heavy, I reinforced it with a ton of stitches here, and I did that on both sides. And then my drill is gonna go through right here, and I have this little like sash. I don't know what it went to. It was just in the fabric that I had, but I put it there just to like kind of be an identifier for where it is. Because looking for, a little space when there's nothing extra to look for is hard, and I don't want to do that. So this is what the backside looks like. It's not like super neat, but you know what? As long as it's like sturdy, I don't think I mind that much. Plus, this is just going to be going towards my waist anyway, so I'm not going to see a whole lot of it. I'm really excited about this. So the padding did exactly what I wanted it to, and now this bag isn't bunching up and just like pulling down in a very centralized spot anymore. So it sits on my hips like I want it to, and then my drill is just so easily accessible. I love it. Go me.